Hey Canucks fans, Canucks training camp opens today in Whistler, and we might already have a look at how the Canucks are going to start up front for the regular season. I'm Canuck Clay, and this is my Canucks take on one take. It's Clay's Canucks commentary for Thursday, September the 22nd. If you're new, here's what you should do. Hit the subscribe button now for daily Canucks insight that's positive, timely, and trustworthy. Thanks to everyone who's been joining me for my nightly live streams. A lot of fun so far, or maybe you're listening to them on your favorite podcast platform. Thank you for doing that as well. So let's keep it going tonight, 11 p.m. I hope you join me right here on YouTube. Now you might say, Clay, isn't it a little bit early to be talking about line combinations, especially for opening night, which is still 2 weeks away? Yeah, I'd say it's a little early, but I think there's 2 or 3 really good reasons why we should get excited. Number one, we have so many new players. We have so many new players, at least 4 new forwards that figure to be in our top 12. So that's going to affect almost the composition of our entire forward group. Number two, Bruce Boudreau, more importantly, has basically has basically said in his media availability over the past couple of days that he doesn't want to experiment. It's less about experimentation with the forwards and more about building chemistry. The Canucks do not want to suffer from a slow start. We've been talking about this all the time. We know that Boudreau wants to continue building on what he started to build last season instead of starting from scratch. So in his mind, you do that by putting together some line combinations that you can roll with from the very beginning. So number one, a lot of new forwards to work in. I'm talking about the reasons why it's not too early to come up with line combination. Number one, a lot of new forwards, a lot of excitement. Number two, Bruce Boudreau has basically said as much. It's more about chemistry than experimentation. And number three, of course we're going to speculate about this. This is what we do as Canucks fans. This is what we do as passionate hockey fans, is we want to know who's going to play with who and get excited about those kind of things. So we got an indication this morning when the Canucks tweeted out their training camp groups, first of all, broken up into 3 groups. And remember yesterday in my live stream, I said usually it's 2 groups of NHLers and they scrimmage against each other. And then it's a 3rd group of mostly AHLers and PTOs and free agents and unsigned players. Well, it's not like that this year, actually, at least for day 1. Maybe they'll do that for day 2 and day 3. But for day 1, they've actually spread all the NHL veterans and the potential roster players across all 3 groups. So we shouldn't read into who's in what group on the big picture, but on a micro level, we can read into the way that the forwards were grouped into these groups. And in particular, because the Canucks tweeted out the different groups, but then Canucks PR actually tweeted out the lines that they are going to go with. So let's talk about these. And let's just say, I admit, I was way off last night. I don't think I only got the 4th. I got the 4th line correct, but everyone's getting the 4th line correct. So in Group A, you actually have a group of JT Miller, centering Tanner Pearson, and Brock Besser. Now, when I first saw that, the Miller-Besser combination makes sense to me. When Bruce Boudreau came to the team last year, he immediately put Miller with Besser, and Besser got the Boudreau bump that we talked about. He started to play a lot better. Tanner Pearson, you might say, well, that's not the sexiest pick or whatever it may be, but he's reliable. He's strong on the boards. He can fish out pucks to Miller and Besser, and these 3 did play together last year. So that first line, Miller, Besser, and Pearson. By the way, Oliver Ekman-Larsson and Quinn Hughes also in this group, and they list Quinn Hughes on the right side. So just some food for thought there. Then in the second group, you have Elias Pettersson between the 2 Russians, and it's Andrei Kuzmenko on the left, and then Ilya Mikheyev on the right. You guys, I love this line. Kuzmenko has so much skill. Mikheyev has so much speed. We know how good Petey can be. Petey thinks the game so well. So I think it's a great, not only do you have Kuzmenko with a fellow countryman to help him with acclimatizing to the Vancouver Canucks and to hockey in North America. So you have Kuzmenko and Mikheyev, but you can see Petey fishing out pucks and feeding Mikheyev on the rush. Or you can see Petey and Kuzmenko with some give and goes, with showing some skill. I really like the look of this line, you guys. So again, Pettersson between Mikheyev and Kuzmenko. Kuzmenko on the left, Mikheyev on the right. In this group, interesting, 2 other things that are quite interesting. One of them is the all Swedish line. You have Höglander, who's basically listed as a 13th forward, with Niels Åman and Linus Karlsson. So you have the all Sweden line also in this group. Again, Höglander with Åman and Karlsson. And then on D, really the only roster player you have is on D is Tyler Myers. And then he is paired up with PTO Danny DeKeyser. So Danny DeKeyser and Tyler Myers as the D pairing, of prominence in this group. But of course, this group highlighted with Petey, Kuzmenko, and Mikheyev. So then on the third line, in the third group, that leaves Bo Horvat with Connor Garland on the left, which we talked about last night, and then Vasily Podkolzin on the right. I like this line too. You have some speed in Garland. Horvat and Podkolzin. Well, Horvat's pretty fast now. He didn't used to be. Podkolzin is kind of like how Horvat used to be when it comes to skating, skating stride and skating speed. But Podkolzin, we know he's fearless. He's like a Pearson where he can dig pucks out from the boards, retrieve loose pucks. And then Horvat, more of a shoot first center. So I don't think there's going to be a lot of brilliant playmaking on this line, but they are going to be straight line and they are going to be defensively responsible. And then in this group as well, you have your fourth line. It actually lists Jason Dickinson in the middle, Lazar on the right wing, and then Dakota Joshua on the left. So two things there. Dickinson as opposed to Lazar in the middle, that can change. It's just day one. And then Niels Höglander not making this group. And then on the deep pairings in this group, more interesting here, you have Rathbone with Shen, which I've been predicting. And then you have Travis Dermott with Tucker Pullman. So obviously Myers is going to replace either Shen or Pullman. We'll have to see which one. But for today, you have Rathbone with Shen and then Travis Dermott with a healthy Tucker Pullman. Of course, the goalies, Silovs, Martin, Demko, Delia, DiPietro, and Tai Young, 2 each in each of the 3 groups, spread out throughout. I'm not too worried about where those guys are. We know that's going to be Demko and then Martin when the season starts. But yeah, there we go, Canucks fans. I would love your reaction on those 4 lines. And if anything crazy happens during training camp today, I will vlog about it later today. But likely my next time on here will be 11 o'clock tonight. So let me know what you think of these lines. Miller between Pearson and Besser, Petey between Kuzmenko and Mikheyev, Horvat, Garland, Podkolzin, and then Dickinson with Joshua and Lazar, Niels Höglander as your 13th forward. Canucks fans, let me know what you... Oh, by the way, one other line that's kind of interesting in Group B is Chase Waters between Tristan Nielsen and Danila Klimovich. You remember that Nielsen and Klimovich in particular combined for 2 really nice goals in Penticton on game 2 of the Young Stars. So they get a chance to extend their chemistry as well. But we're focused on the big club. Let me know what you guys think of those forward lines. Let me know in the comments below for sure. Shout out to my sponsors, Van City Experts Real Estate, and to Perform and Transform Personal Training and Weight Loss. Thank you, legendary Lucas Gates, legendary Just Incredible, legendary Andrew Chang, and Hall of Fame members and franchise members as well. And thanks to all of you for watching and supporting me on this channel. Subscribe if you'd like to. Like this video if you'd like to. Leave a tip, a super thanks if you'd like to. Become a member or upgrade your membership if you'd like to. And leave a comment down below if you like to. Let me know what you think of these line combinations. If you made it this far, 8.5 minutes into the video, you can put one of 2 things. Type in the word lines, L-I-N-E-S, because that's what we're talking about, lines. Or you can say hockey is here. Because with the start of training camp, we can indeed say for the Vancouver Canucks that hockey is here. Stay safe, stay healthy, take care of yourselves, and take care of each other. I'll see you tonight at 11 p.m. God bless, and go Canucks go.